Wow. Yes, my Father, Yahweh. You're such a. Every time I try to understand the mind of people, the most beautiful personality does constantly overwhelm I and I. Yeah, yesterday I was and I was like, humankind. That's why somebody said they rather deal with the insect and the animal, them not to deal with humanity. Yes, indeed. Bob said, when the music hits, you feel no pain. Oh, they are still give thanks to the Most High for He is good. Yes, shall live continually. No joke about that. No joke. Proverbs 19:17 says, the one showing favor to the lowly is lending to Yahweh, and He will repay him for what he does. Yahweh notice even the smallest acts of kindness that we extend to others. He views it as a valuable sacrifice and as a debt that he is going to repay. If you formerly used to go in a church and you had some part in it, Yahweh, remember the work you put out in church, in your mosque, or wherever place of worship you've been, and you did put out the work, encourage people to live a certain way, upright. You've been making sacrifice for the community. Yahweh remembers the work you did in the past and the love and the motivation you do towards it. He also observes the love that you continue to show. Yahweh wants all of us to grow in love for Him and for others. We can strengthen our love for Yahweh by reading His Word, meditating on it, and by regular talking to Him in prayer. We can grow in our love for fellow humans, our brothers and sisters who may have done something to you in the past by asserting them in a practical way. As our love grows, we will draw ever closer to Yahweh and to our spiritual family. You will enjoy these friendships forever. Yes, indeed. Big up, big up, big up. Welcome, welcome, welcome one and all to the live stream. God is the greatest. Based on all what I have seen, oh, we deal with one another. Just come to the conclusion and say, oh, Most High the greatest. Yeah, man. Yes, indeed, the Most High is the greatest. Despite everything, He is the greatest. We can't fathom how the Most High view forgiveness, to how humans react. Yahshua says we should display forgiveness 70 times 7. I do that multiplication, they can, he will say the amount of time, not 7 times or 70 times 7. And you will say, get a figure. Mhm. But as we glance back in our devotional reading here, I must say about motivation. Yeah, I remember some work you did in the past, the love that you motivated to do. You observe the love you continue to show. I can say the most I really have a better is reasoning on things more clearer, more superlative than ours as human beings. We can say we forgive, and some people say they won't forget. Why you do it about hurt feelings? You don't think you hurt yourself every time you see the person, what the person did to you in the past, just flash up in your heart. Like you get a shock in yourself every time you see the person. I have a feeling on something. There's a nice empress I admire so much, going to the point where we want to start date her, we want to get to know her. And she told a lie. She went to some older men in our place of worship and told them a lie. So me a pressure her for her to date me. So wow. The older men said to me, or she said, one of them said to me, I had a good intention, but leave her alone. I said, okay, I will follow your instruction. Leave her alone. And each time I see her, I tell her the truth. I remember the betrayal which she put I through. But I forgive her and I don't hold on to the earth. I understand. But every time I see her, I like my member. So that's part of this life. We can't force, as a king, I can't force an empress to see I, the ballad Rasta, and love I. Let it come naturally. You understand what I mean? Yes, I give thanks. Yeah, man. Well, I just try to imitate the mind of the Most High God Yahweh. I could try to imitate it as best as possible. As best as possible. Don't try to do it from the past. Because sometimes I just hurt myself repeatedly. Well, look at First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. It says, therefore, beloved brethren, be steadfast, immovable, always having plenty to do in the work of the Lord, that your labor is not in vain in connection with the Lord. Mm, okay, thank you for sharing this with us. Always home, big damage. Okay, boss. Utility vandalism targeted, not widespread. And we cut all this scrap metal business because they're only hurting the people who are trying to provide internet service in Jamaica. They just on floor. These people who are stealing or vandalizing these internet providers. They just on the floor. They're looking for a copper cable wire to sell. That is a form of terrorism to me. Because these so-called scrap metal people, they're they're agents going out there to vandalize these players who provide internet service. These scrap metal people, they are tourists to the customers of this island of Jamaica. Thank you so much. Yeah, because when I look into it, hmm. All right, let's continue the reading here. As utility companies struggle to restore service amid ongoing vandalism, Minister of Transport, Telecommunication and Energy Darrell Valls has declared that these are not random acts, insisting that the damage is being carried out by a small number of organized groups deliberately targeting critical infrastructure. Speaking of the Jamaica Observer Press Club, last Thursday, Minister Valls said intelligence gathered by both the security forces and his ministry pointed to a tight network of repeated offenders whose actions are significantly slowing the recovery efforts following the Hurricane Melissa. He rejected suggestion that vandalism is widespread, instead forming it as a calculated activity driven by short-sighted short-sighted again. It's not a lot of people that's doing it. It's a tight group. We won't call any names, but they are a tight group that's not being randomly done. The bottom line is that there is enough intelligence there for police to really move and take some swift decision and action, the minister said. According to Bards, tougher penalties are central to the government's strategy, particularly in vandalism, as directly affected pace of telecommunication recovery in several areas. Yeah, the motif, the copper. Well, I won't call it copper. They're because they don't put copper in it. They're using fiber optic to run the internet um, in certain areas in Jamaica, and persons constantly vandalizing the network. In certain areas where they know nobody's there to go and call and say, okay, here some guys, whatever, whatever. These places are unattended. Nobody lives there. So they know they drive around and go and vandalize the two major internet providers in Jamaica, Digital and Flow. And thing, Jeremy, man, did you have a good sleep last night? You look exhausted. I am tired. I work 7 nights a week, so I am tired. I am being honest. I'm tired. I got some sleep yesterday. A, a good thing I ride. A friend of mine, she came and check on me because she have access to the house. And it's when I heard her voice, I woke up. She came about 5:30, and I start right from 5:30 from where I live to where I work. I reach, but I had to, as I was riding last night, I had to take a different direction because I don't like to ride on roads that I don't know. So I had to spin back, turn a different direction, exit out that way, and drive a different way because on my e-bike, because I said to myself, I don't want, and in 5:30, it's gonna get a bit real dark in Jamaica on the road. The headlights not that bright, so I need to set up another alternative light, much brighter. So if I'm riding, I can see the road surface, so I don't fall into any potholes and flip over on my bike. And if not, oh, disturb, disturbed you. I just wanna talk. Boy, I know something somebody said to me, and the person just making me looking back over some stuff. I'm a person with a good towards people, and when somebody, you know, making me have second thoughts about them, it's not a good thing. Because second thoughts to me will, I will put you into the X file. You exactly look like my friend and talks like him. He lives in Ireland, I suppose. So probably me and that friend we have the same the same mindset, but we our bodies and talk sometimes. Okay, you will come across people like that at times. Interact, same energy. Yeah, man. Right now, there's one particular person. I go put them in the X file box, and once I'm going in the box there, we I thought that person was close to me, and no person making me feel away in myself. So whatever good me used to do, I gotta stop, put the person in the X file box, and no longer deal with that person anymore. No, the face cut and of talking. Oh, I see. Like he looks similarly tired when he talks. Will all the time talks very calm and slow, like you. It's a practice. It's this. I can talk real fast, so I kind of cut out the fast talk and try to talk where people can hear the words. Them that I say I used to talk real fast, so the words would have fly more faster than this now. But I say go. Yeah, mom, I'm tired for you. I do all of things. I do things in the daytime. I work on the house. So when I get no much sleep in the daytime, and once you lose your night rest, cause more work at night. Yeah, we'll keep it real, we talk truth and facts. Sometimes you speak your truth. You can really set some people off on fire. And that's what always happened to me. One of my ex-girlfriends, she always tell me, she said to me all the time, better me tell her a lie than the truth. I don't want to laugh and I don't want to smile. But I think it's better for them to hear the truth. The truth may offend you. When I tell you a lie, I feel like me I represent Satan. Yes, so may I go read about the article here. May I read live from the Observer Online. Based on the fees and the fines and jail terms, etc. Those persons, when they are caught and when they are convicted, won't get a slap on the wrist. They will go to jail. If they do not do it a second time, they will go to jail even for a longer period. And that's the only thing that's going to defer them. Valls added. Telecommunication companies have repeatedly complained about cable theft and damage to infrastructure or setting back restoration work, sometimes plugging entire communities or business districts into darkness or cutting off mobile and internet service. While understand the national cost of such attacks, explain that even a single act of sabotage can have a far-reaching consequence. He added that in many cases, offenders are damaging equipment that has little or no resale value. Right, in the senseless nature of the crimes, for them to interfere with telecommunications, especially in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, for short-sighted gains, they don't even know that what they are vandalizing has no value, or what they are stealing has no value to them because they think they have copper. It's just as I said before, not something that is widespread. It's I have told telecoms companies that they will pass on intelligent information. We have also got information at the ministry that we will pass on as well. The minister's comments come amidst growing concern from utility providers that vandalism is compounding the challenges of post-hurricane recovery. In recent weeks, digital and Flow have raised repeated alarms at particularly commitment meeting, arguing that the destruction of cables and equipment is undermining efforts to restore normal service levels. In the meantime, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, announced through a press release on Friday that taxi operator has been charged after he was allegedly caught stealing telecommunication cable wires from a manhole in St. Anne during the early hours of Friday, December 5th. According to the release, the taxi operator is from St. Catherine and has been charged with simple larceny and malicious destruction of property. The police report that cops of on mobile patrol about 1:45 a.m. observed the accused allegedly removing service cable wires from a manhole and loading them into a motor car. When approached by the police, he reportedly fled the scene, attempting the vehicle was later intercepted and the stolen cable recovered. The car was seized and he was taken into custody. He is scheduled to appear in court on February the 3rd, 2026. The incident has added weight to the government claims that utility vandalism is neither accidental nor optimistic. Valls, the Minister of Telecommunications, said such incidents demonstrate why the government is pressing ahead with legislative changes amidst at imposing tougher penalties on offenders, particularly repeated violators. It's a huge cost to the telecom companies and a huge cost to the country. Of course, obviously, a great inconvenience because one stance can put the whole of New Kingston out of a day or two, he said, warning that economic fallout extends far beyond the utilities themselves. Wow. And you see a picture of the manhole with the person. And you see, you look on the wire them itself, there's no copper in it. The telecom providers them found out from the first instant that's what they're doing. So they remove all of those long ago. These are fiber optic. No copper. You look on it, you can see the little minuscule wires. You can see it. No copper. Them take out them something that long ago. My gosh. Wow. They are so I don't know what to say. They are so up into themselves with this behavior, what they're going on with. Do you see it? Black River cleanup. Yes. Woo. Try this at home, you have people. Come like a fire, me just drink a while ago. Yeah, if clear up the throat. Mighty God of Daniel. Hmm. Yes, indeed. One good thing about music, when it hits, you feel no pain. Hit me with music, yeah. Trench Town Rock. Don't watch that. Trench Town Rock. Big fish or sprats. Trench Town Rock. What you saw. Okay, come here for go set up the me back in another place. Yeah. And everybody will fix certain things to your likeness, make the place seems more comfortable, your workspace. Hold on, so come back in our reading. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Let me look for my newspaper. I don't want anybody to come drive on it. But like to see if the cleaner or the observer come. So I can go take up a newspaper when I want nobody drive on it. Yeah. Thank you for the flying art. Excuse me. Yeah, man. If it, Sometimes if I sip a little of the apple cider vinegar, I just throw some in the cock. I consume it. But really and truly, it should have been a water. But I do the opposite. I put it in the cock and I want to feel the fire burn down my throat. I sip some water. Because that thing is real harsh. Apple cider vinegar. Mighty God of Daniel. Yeah, man, with the go on 1, 2, same way. Today is the 15th of December. Blessed one. What you say? Yeah, sometimes I don't remember the antidote because through the sinus. I drink it, it helped me, with the sinus, and the sinus are drain back of the throat. It helped me to clear up mine, the draining. It stop it, and everything can't work for everybody, To the truth, everyone our body, just like our fingerprints, are not the same So if I try something, it works for me, and another person try something, it won't work for them. So that's part of this thing I am, and blessed one. I understand where you ask, or where you're coming from, but if we try certain things, alleviate certain situation, we might have, discomfort, we might experience, in a way, bodily, in our body. Yeah, that's like a man. That's like a. Mm, 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 mm. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum. Mhm. Yes. How are you doing? I'm doing okay so far. I just look past some things, couple of days now, some stuff just come back to my thoughts. I just look back on something. Mm, just look back on something. Okay, thank you. I will try my best. I will try my best. When you try to make something look, want to look at space and you try make the thing look attractive. So it's like you get a fight. You get a fight from outside. I get a fight from inside. Other people see the work we do upon the house and admire it and I say, yeah, a long time you still look like it want to fix up and you really do a fine job. And some people we not too we don't do them nothing. Come and vandalize the project what me I do. We spend we circulate, sorry, we don't like use that word. We circulate a lot of funds to buy material and to pay labor costs. And it's just a tip of the work, as a whole heap of work in that surround where I live. You get up, I've been living there when I was a little youth, and we want the place look, we want to elevate the place. When you elevate a spot, it does something to others, because other people see it and love it off. I'm gonna see some people had vandalized the project when I start. I say, wow, that kind of put a dent in your spokes, you know. But I won't give up. I will continue the same way. Because I know when the finish, when the project finish, people say that infrastructure or the place look after it, I go really amaze them. Mm-hmm. So I go still in this life, you always I go find people. I go give you a little, You know, go through smooth sailing of this life. No, nothing you do in this life. Obstacles will come along your way. And I'm on that project, made me realize a lot of faulty work were put out in the community itself. Because some place where them set when heavy rain for the water flow have a belly some. Me have to go. I can't afford to circulate funds. Me have to go put put in the physical work and fix certain problems. I'm gonna say with the drain, certain place on level, too much belly water back up in other people property, not just mine. So I have to go set it. When I fix that problem, not for the people anymore have that problem anymore, including myself. Yes, could get back in our reading of the article here. No, it's a blessed one for you know passing through. Yes, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced that Urban Development Corporation will lead the cleanup of the town of Black River as recovery efforts following Hurricane Melissa move into a focus implementation phase. The announcement was made during a tour of Black River, including a visit to the Independent Park where hurricane debris removed during the emergency response phase is being temporarily stored. Owners made it clear that the site cannot remain in its current state. This cannot be a final phase for the disposal of the debris, owners said. Independent Park is a part of the recreational life of the town, and obviously we don't want to turn it into a mini dump. He said the government has now formed a task, the UDC, with responsibility for cleaning up the township to help the business and residents remove debris gathered from the hurricane and relocate to the mini dump. Management of debris after disaster is critical not just for the but it also poses a public health risk. We have seen situation with leptospirosis. We are getting that under control, but a critical part of getting the public health issues under control is to get rid of this debris, he explained. He said the UDC has a stationary mandate for the urban development and support urban space, and cleanup must be done as fragile as possible. This will operate alongside the national cleanup program with the clearly defined boundaries. Both will run in parallel, but they will not overlap, Owner said, explaining that the UDC focus will be the town itself, while the national cleanup program will continue in surrounding communities and other affected areas. UDC General Manager Bobby Honeygain said the cleanup will include sanitation measures to support public health. End of article. Hmm. Let's see what's going on here. Asian stands with joy over UNESCO musical listing. Okay, sounds interested. From the bars of the capital, Port-au-Prince, to 80 most remote villages and its worldwide diaspora, people listen and dance to the sentinel rhythms of compass. This musical source of pride among Asians, known as con, conca, conpa or com, compa, conca, or compa in Creole, was added to the UNICEF to its integral critical heritage list on Wednesday. Today's compass is the main article and musical representation of Haiti abroad, said Francis, the director of Ticket, the country's leading cultural magazine. The anticipated listing is a boost of national pride for Haiti, along with the Caribbean's recent qualification for the 2026 World Cup. Wow, qualification for 20. Oh, that's wonderful. And comes against a backdrop of entrance, poverty, and instability driven by gang violence. Oh, this must lift their spirits. Okay, okay, man. Move too fast. Wish power. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Alright, somewhere. I think I skip out. I think I skip out something. Okay, past yes, go back up. Alright, right here, so I think yes. Compass restricts critics because everyone listens to it and dances to it even during times of crisis. Duval said. Duval said. If we can't dance or organize shows in Port-au-Prince, we do it in the region Otherwise, we do it in 80 communities abroad. Both musical genre and a dance style. Compass is a defining creation of the Haitian people according to the official nomination document submitted to Port-au-Prince UNESCO. Compass transcends social classes, forging a unique characteristic within Haitian identity itself. Deeply rooted in Haitian society, the compass is an essential element of festive and ritual life, playing a key role in the significance moments for individual families and communities. The genre typically blends percussion, guitars, and keyboard instruments with sonicated drumming that derives the rhythm. At any time on a given day in Haiti, this music can be heard in restaurants with dance floors, buses, public squares, and on the radio. It's hard for Haitians to resist the rhythm of compass or not to nod their heads or dance a few steps while listening to a song. It's a nice article, man. Yeah, we would just leave some of it. I am happy for them. Yes, happy for the Asians. So they qualify for the 2026 World Cup. That is beautiful. Beautiful for the Asians. Right. Asian brothers and sisters, yeah, man. Big up on yourself. And to know that Compass, this musical genre from 80, has been recognized to go on the list of UNESCO. Yes, yes, so beautiful. I'm happy for them. Yeah, man. Really happy. Really happy, happy, happy. Yes, indeed. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, them been going through some stuff. It's like the group Fugees. No other group came out at 80 like that. Lauren Hill and Wycliffe Jonas, and I think a two of them made up that group, two or three of them. Can't remember the next person. But they represented 80, they were kind of rap. They were doing rap music till the two individuals in the group separated, when different. Lauren Hill gets caught up with one of the Bob Marley's son, and Wycliffe, he's somewhere doing his thing. Yeah, this will lift the spirit of the people them in Haiti. Qualification in 2026 World Cup. Oh, beautiful. Media Solution expressed regret of passing of RJ Aglina CEO. Excuse me. Anthony Smith. The Media Association Jamaica Limited has expressed the Media Association of Jamaica has expressed profound regret at the passing of Anthony Smith, Chief Executive Officer of the RJR Gleaner Communication Group. Smith died Sunday morning following a brief illness. Our thoughts and prayers are with Anthony's family, colleagues, and loved ones during this very difficult time, the Media Association said in a news release. Smith joined the RJR Gleaner Group, in 2022 as Deputy Chief Executive Officer for Print and Digital and was appointed CEO in January 2024. Mm, just a year short of being 2 years. Wow. As an engineer by training, Smith held several senior executive roles within the telecommunication sector in Jamaica and across the wider Caribbean, including Cable and Wireless and Massive Technology Limited. End of article. Yeah, you yawn too much, so let me come out of the screen. I don't like to em- embarrass myself like that. Me yawning too much now. The article that want to send me back. I get more rest. Oh my goodness. That's where it go. Keith and Keith antics. Still flying flag for Rocksteady. Oh, oh, oh. Mm-mm. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry. End up the color go. Well, go up the top there. Let me see. Good thing we never carry the phone. Because sometimes through the Wi-Fi then in the guard room, I might take the phone out and the feed might get disrupted. I don't want that. Keys and text. Still flying the flag for Rocksteady. With 2026 making the 60th year since the birth of Rocksteady, not many of the genre stars still around. Keith and Tex, who had several hit songs during the late 60s, are still carrying the banner by touring and recording new music. The duo, who mainly recorded for popular producer Derek Harriott, are best known for his classic singles such as Tonight's Don't Don't Look Back and Stop That Train. This year they released Gunfire, an album produced by Roberto Sanchez of Spain. Keith Rowe is based in Tampa, Florida, where he hosts a radio show which airs songs from Rocksteady and Rocksteady period, which lasts from 1966 to 1968. He told the Observer Online that the songs is timeless. Rocksteady era produced so many memorable songs. These songs and rhythms have been re- relic so much times over the year and are timeless testimony of their impact on our music. He said as the essential blueprint for reggae sound and production, Rocksteady remains a fundamental pillar of Jamaican musical identity. Many musicologists point to Take It Easy by Hopton Ellis as the first Rocksteady song. It was recorded in late 1966 at Federal Records in Kingston when Lynn Twit and Jets backing him. Considered a slower version, Ska, which precedes it, Rocksteady produced a flood of singers, harmony groups, and songwriters related among the best in Jamaican music. They include Alton Ellis, Delroy Wilson, Ken Booth, Desmond Decker, Slim Smith, John Holt, Marcia Griffiths, Bob Andy, the Wailers, the Hiptons, the Paragons, and the Techniques. Rocksteady enjoyed a strong revival in the 90s through shows like Heineken Star Time, which helped revive the career of many artists. The songs Keats and Tex did for Harriet and kept them busy since they formed almost 30 years ago. This year marked their 12th straight tour in Europe, where there is a massive following for vintage Jamaican music. Keith names Wilton 3 by Alton Ellis and Queen Majesty, The Techniques, I Am Still Waiting, Delroy Wilson, to, to Experience, Babandi, and sounds like Pressure by Hopton Ellis as his favorite rocksteady songs. End of article. U.S. court convicts former USVID director in in Landmark Burberry scandal. Charlotte, Emily, U.S. Virginia Islands. A United States federal jury has convicted the former director of the U.S. Virgin Islands Office of Management and Budget, Jennifer O'Neill, on all counts in the high profile bribery and corruption case following a landmark trial in St. Thomas. O'Neill was found guilty alongside former police commissioner Ray Martez after jurors returned an, an unanimous verdict last week. Prosecutors said O'Neill's, a native of Virgin in the British Virgin Islands, knowingly took part in the scheme that involved bribery on his service wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy linked to company of founded by federal relief money. The case centered on dealings with cooperating witness David Castor, whose business relations with senior government officials formed the core of the government's evidence. According to prosecutors, O'Neill's approved and advance inflated invoices connected to the government contracts while receiving personal benefits in return. The jury heard evidence that an invoice valued at US 216,000 was inflated by about 70,000, with prosecution arguing that O'Neill knew the figure and was fraudulent. When informed that the extra funds were needed for Martini's restaurant, O'Neill responded, laugh out loud before instructing subordinate, a subordinate to remove the invoice forward, prosecutors said. The court also heard evidence relating to lease payments for a coffee shop owned by O'Neill. Prosecutors said O'Neill raised concerns about traceability and did not want the payment to be directly linked to her. A wire transfer later showed payments was made by the taxpayer, which funds prosecutors said organized from the inflated invoice. Nothing about Jennifer O'Neill's action was accidental. Assessment Assistant U.S. Attorney Amara told the court O'Neill's faced charges included honest service wire fraud, bribery concerning programs receiving fraud funds, and money laundering conspiracy. She was convicted on every count. Defense urged that the government case relied too heavily on Orchestra questioning her credibility and denying O'Neill knowingly joined any conspiracy. Her attorney described Orchestra as operating by lie, steal, repeat, while maintaining that O'Neill's actions were lawful and misunderstood. The rebuttal prosecutor said the evidence went beyond witness testimony and included text message recordings and wire transfer. The government does not pick the criminal cons- conspirators. Try and try. Alexandra said the criminal pick each other. Okay, end of article. So, so my audience wanted to see me yawning. Oh, oh no. Can't want to see the rest of us randomly a yawn. I'm the first live stream person. I come on live stream a yawn. No, no, no. If I come off of the screen, can't up on the screen a yawn. Watch all the live stream. I never seen the other person that do this. So, may the first, may the first person come on a live stream a yawn. Open on parties, owners, counter social media rumors, endorse safe and regulated entertainment activities. Yes, indeed. Some people just like to see the host live on the screen in front of them. You're making a valid point here, blessed one. Excuse me. That's what. That's what made me cough. And what go on here? Two persons. Mhm. Okay, please go on my horse. That's so it go on. Understood, blessed one. Understood what I said. So long I've been waiting, waiting for you. Oh Lord, now the time has come. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I said the train is coming, baby. I said the train is coming now. I said the train is coming, baby. I said the train is coming now. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I said the train is coming, baby. And we're leaving on that train. Yes, Prime Minister Andrew Hohen is responding to rumors circulating on social media that citizens were prohibited from hosting parties during the Christmas season. I thought to reassure Jamaicans that there is no ban on festive celebrations. Hohen is warned that misinformation has the potential to determine the demeanor public order. There are those people who are vested in telling you lies to mislead you. For what reason, I don't know. Maybe they want the country to descend in. They don't like to see law and order, he stated. The Prime Minister was speaking with residents at a hurricane. shelter located at Peter, Petersfield High School in Westmoreland during the Christmas treat held on Saturday, December 13th. During the treat, residents were given relief and gift items and were fitted with various eatery chains such as Popeyes, Burger King, Krispy Kreme, while encouraging entertainment activities. The honest emphasized that such events must be properly organized and aligned with public safety requirements. The police have said, sorry, mm, that they will give permits for parties so long as the promoters make the proper arrangement each year while outlining several practical considerations that organizers must address, particularly in communities still facing infrastructural challenges. Some 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 places don't have light. So if you're going to keep a party, you have to put up light. You have to get one generator. People have to have water. So use bathroom facilities he added. The Prime Minister also underscores the need to safeguard patrons, pointing to security as a critical requirement. Some of the entertainment areas are sometimes targeted by criminals, and therefore you have to prepare for the safety of the patrons. So you need to arrange for security over the government wants communities to return to normal. Therefore, go back to your business. Having parties and dances are part of the business to return the community to business, he added. Honest caution residents it to be mindful, of the information they consume, particularly on social media platforms. Information is like food. If you consume bad food, it will make your body unhealthy. If you consume bad information, it will make your mind unhealthy, he said. He added that false claims could influence poor decision making. Meanwhile, Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie also addressed the residents and refute the rumors circulating online. He stated that once the relevant authorities grant approval, citizens are free to proceed with their event, adding that the misinformation streams from confusion about the guidelines that appeal only to the activities of the government organization. Anybody here wants the municipal corporation and the police agree and you can find light. Every Jamaican can have their party. What was said only goes for the government offices and not for the wider Jamaican. Yes, indeed. So, the outline still can't keep part in the darkness. Or if we keep part in the darkness, people want to see. You have to have proper lighting on so people can see. And the sound thing won't play without current. Come on, end of article. I was just glancing over it, make sure I read everything, and I seem to have done so far. Not arrogance, just passion. As regrets claims government surgeon of criticism says focus on fighting misinformation, pushing back against accusations of intolerance to criticism, transport, communication and energy minister Val says government firm stance on misinformation reflects commitment rather than ego. Mhm. All right. The government firm stance on misinformation reflects commitment rather than ego. He is also dismissing suggestion that ministries are shutting down debate. Speaker at Jamaica Press Club on Thursday has defended the tone and frequency of the government's public messaging in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, urging that the clear communication is essential during the nation's emergency. He said claims that ministers are dismissing criticism demonstrate misunderstanding and difference between security and what he described as misleading. Yeah. Come on, go on, read it. Still there. The greatest. Still here. He's the claims of ministry are dismissing criticism, demonstrate misunderstanding between difference between scrutiny and what is described as misleading narratives that risk undermining recovery efforts. Paul said his approach has been sharp the scale of his critics, and the need to keep public accurately informed at that time with anxiety over prolonged power outages remains high. I have been very, very cautious and careful to communicate with the country in a time of emergency, said Vance. I have been attending all of the Hurricane Melissa press conferences. I have been attending most of the post cabinet meetings up to yesterday. Last Wednesday, I made sure I gave a statement to the government and parliament. And even before statement to parliament, I decide to the country where and what we are planning and what our thinking was, he added. The minister said his frustration is not directed at opposing views, but at what he believes are repeated misrepresentation of the government's decisions, particularly surrounding the US $150 million loan provided to Jamaica, the Jamaica Public Service, to ramp up electricity restoration efforts since the storm struck Jamaica on October 28, 2025. Still not because, but JPS, the amount of money they make, so why the government have to give them a loan? Why them gonna pull upon their own purse string? It's just my little take on that. What I'm not prepared to accept is misinformation. Yeah, misinformation was that 150 million was only part of the money that needed for light restoration. Anybody who has listened to me from day one would have heard that the loan of 150 million was specific for restoration, and the figure was not plucked out of a hat. He explained. The GPS loan has become a flashpoint in political debate with opposition politicians. Yeah, man, GPS loan has become a flashpoint. Okay, right. Questioning whether the amount is sufficient and arguing that Parliament should have been given clearer assurances about long term funding. Opposition leader Mark Golden has been among those warning that the country could ultimately face a much larger financial burden. Opposition that while says risk delaying urgently needed action. Yes, I play some music, man. Strictly reggae music. Yeah. Hmm. Yes, so we can get to understanding our uh, pushing against misinformation. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. Yes, indeed. We're still here. Up the screen to give the live stream a bonus like, aka thumbs up. Scene. Yeah, thank you for that. Blessed one. Mhm. There is a saying, one isolated himself will seek his own selfish longing. It goes about males and female. So we need to socialize with people so we don't start to show any bad energy out there. But sometimes you go interact with some people, but you feel very far away from them because sometimes I feel my head, some part the ear them feel like them a grow back faster than some, or my imagination, or my, you know, I feel my day, I feel me, I don't know, and I say, oh, me here feel like it a grow back so fast already. Some people, right, you know, back at the spot, no ear now grow there, so oh, go on. No, sir, not tell me, so me I got a bald spot right. No, sir, can't. No bald spot around here, because me I feel my head. Bird cage I go on. Pan the rasta. What ear now grow like when we the young guy, you know. That's the one you see a laugh off of me. So you go, man. Yeah, take myself too serious, you know. You know, I think me not overstand. People always a speak behind my back. I'd rather people come and say something to my face, man. Don't speak behind my back and me hear from third party. I like them something there. Think they feel away. But I guess there are a lot of jealous people in this life. Ambassador say ear on your head is fine, my host. Come on. All right, all right. It's probably imagination. See you, my host. Boy, say go blessed one. So go on, do it thing, man. So you go. Pick up yourself. Oh, we see a Christmas shopping going. The survey says I shop on Christmas Eve. Halfway there, haven't started, all done. Wow. Well, some people don't start anything. Most people think great God will come from the sky, take away everything, make everybody alright. It's not all that glitter is gold. I've got something that's never been told. And now you see the light. Stand up for your rights. Come on, get up, stand up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't forget to fight. We're gonna stand up for our rights. style, in a rubber dub style. So majestic. Them I go tired, pushing with this. Can't get me out of the race. They said I'd be their space. Them say we draw bad card. Them say we draw bad card. Make one now. Irie Heights. Rastaman. Vibration, yeah. Positive. Not even negative. I and I. Vibration, yeah. Irie Heights. Da 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 da. I said it's Kingston 12. We're grooving. I said it's Kingston 12. And I say, bum 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 bum. Yes, yes, yes. Two mountains, pumpkin field, to the street. Heart salute you, Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free. Yes, indeed. All right. Reaching out to our segment here now. So we're going to the final devotional reading. Don't lose hope. That is the topic of our devotional reading. Don't lose hope. One. First scripture is taken from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7 to 8. Memory verse is taken from Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, and to give you an expected end. Our motivational quote says, when you lose hope, you lose everything. So make sure you don't. Yes, my friends, don't lose hope. When you lose hope, you lose everything. My prophetic word for today is your expectation shall not be cut off in the name of Yahshua. Today's fire scripture is an express proof that no one is immune to life's troubles. The Apostle Paul was one man who labored for the kingdom's rights from after conversation with all his might, yet he had a big share of his life's troubles. Even in the kingdom service, he went through so much that was enough to break his spirit and cause him to lose hope and possibility and possible turn back. But he never did. He held on still, even in the face of death and threatening situation. He kept trusting in him, Christ in us. That's the hope of glory. However, he did not pretend to deny his troubles. He confessed how he felt, but made us know that he drew hope and strength to carry on from Yahshua. This is the same thing you should do whenever you feel overwhelmed. Rather than give in to or give up, cry to God for more grace. Look unto Yahshua, uh, the author and the finisher of our faith. Refuse to let go. Hold on tenuously and to regain faith and strength, fresh grace, fresh fire, renewed hope, and strengthened, and you will become a new man or new woman like the apostles of old. These times would definitely come at some point in the time in our lives. They are trying times to prove us and in us they in that we are sincerely anchored to the sure place on who we do place our hope and trust, my brother and sister. It is in yourself, your ability to think, plan, rationalize, and execute things. It is in your academic prowess, business, or economic achievements, wealth, beauty, position, or power. All these could fail you. The only major source of strength and hope is Christ. He already sees and knows what you are going through and how best to meet your needs at that point and resolve issues. Sitting down or grumbling, complain bitterly, and weep would not solve matters. Simply go back to the feet of the cross, turn to Yahshua, and draw strength. He will help you to stand and move on while others are down and falling, according to Psalms 20, verses 7 and 8. Spirit of hopelessness, depart from my life in the name of Yahweh. I overcome the troubles of life by the power and the blood in the name of Yahshua, the Son of the living God. Holy Spirit, boost my faith with your fire in the name of Yahshua. Yes, indeed. Let us be nice. So we sleep on the nice list. Cause who no one get no call. Who want to receive their gifts. Do nice. Be nice. Or when some people look for gifts, end of this season year will receive bag of charcoal. So be nice. You're right on that. Of being nice to others is something we should all do. Of course, it is a fundamental thing we should do. Culture, not dread. It's not the roots. Yeah. It's 5:29 in Kingston, Jamaica. 5:29 in Kingston, Jamaica. No, it's 5:30 in Kingston, Jamaica. And what's the time down there in Kenya? 1:30 in the afternoon down there in Kenya. Build back poster government commits Jamaican 6 million to housing support for displaced tourist workers. Yeah, government has commit 6 million to help displaced tourism workers repair and rebuild homes damaged by Hurricane Melissa as part of the broader public-private recovery program. Program now expected to exceed 2 billion. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett made the announcement during a tourism stakeholders meeting at Abira Star on Saturday, describing the initiative as one of the most significant worker support intervention in Jamaica's tourism history. Light said the funding will form part of a coordinated effort between government and tourism. I see a picture here in the Gleaner, in the spirit of Christmas. Harbor City, all lights up Montego Bay in St. James with dazzling festive decorations on Saturday. Volunteers grooming care to Hurricane Melissa victims. Start with a simple request for shampoo from a Hurricane Melissa victim who was forced to flee to the shelter at Peters Field High School in Westmoreland. Four women made their way to the parish in the aftermath of the devastation Category 5 hurricane and made landfall on October 28th, destroying Jamaica's south central and Western coast, dismantling the economic, security, and educational system along the coastal area from Clarendon to St. James. Focus for light bulbs, moments for women. Diaspora Council election set for January and February. US 7.1 million to restore operating theaters hit by Melissa says health minister. Yeah, alright. I try to fix up myself to somebody. Boy, constantly have to remind people when them owe you. Have to remind. Oh, when them borrow money from you, they know. Remember, so them borrow money from you. But when you forget back your money, you have to remind. That's a nice thing, that man. That's a nice thing. You borrow somebody things, pay it back to them, man. Sure. Don't make it look so. Anyway, I roll out, Big up on yourself. Take care. Much love and respect to you all. All right, we'll sign out. Heart of love. Need when I touch it good, I touch it one more time. Yeah.